Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Chris Featherstone here for yet another episode of Inside SKoop. This has been a really fun series of episodes with my friend, Jacques Rougeau. Tonight we're going to talk about the immortal one, brother, Hulk Hogan. And Jacques Rougeau, you've had a lot of experience with the Hulkster.
What you gonna do, brother, when he puts his pythons all over you? Hey, that's pretty good. I got one too here.
Yeah, man.
for 60 years old.
There you go.
Okay. How are you, Chris? Happy holidays.
You as well, man. I'm doing well, man. It's been a fun day, and it's going to be even funner. And I'm looking forward to talking some Hulk Hogan with you, man. You know, he's one of the most popular, if not the most popular wrestler of all time. I would probably argue to say that without the advent of Hulkamania, wrestling wouldn't be where it is right now.
Absolutely. And but you don't want to take anything away of guys like The Rock and guys like but Hulk is he's the Rock.
Mm-hmm.
He's the Rock of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, he's a pioneer. I remember when we first were talking to go to WWF, Raymond and I, and we were coming to Hulk Hogan, and it was, you know, just meeting him in the dressing room and sitting with him in the same dressing was so impressive. And I remember being in the territory every night. There was like 3 towns every night that was running around the world, and the same night there was 3 towns, and we were always coming in the booking sheet to go and see right when you come in the dressing room on the wall to see if Hulk was on your card. Mm-hmm. Because if Hulk was on your card, you know it was sold out. You know it was going to be a great evening. Yeah. So Hulk is so many things about Hulk.
Yeah. You've had a lot of experience working on the same card with Hulk Hogan. A lot of the times when you were the Quebecers, some heavy cards. Do you remember any card in particular that you were a bit kind of nervous about being on the same card as Hulk?
Of course, WrestleMania 3, 93,000 people at the Pontiac Silverdome.
That's right.
But I'm going to say that the times that I really enjoyed Hulk because although I was a companion in the dressing room and a partner in the business, I was a mark. I was a groupie of him, and just sitting in the same dressing room and his, like I was saying, was amazing. I'm trying to think of the best times I've had with Hulk. Honestly, me as a wrestling fan, me being a fan, I'd have to say the times against maybe Kamala or King Kong Bundy, or I'm trying to think of those 2 guys were amazing. King Kong Bundy. Let's start with King Kong Bundy.
Yeah,
you know, King Kong Bundy. What an awesome guy. You know, you've seen him so many times, and for people who haven't seen him, I'm sure they'll get a picture up there of King Kong Bundy.
WrestleMania 2, the blue cage.
I don't remember that. Was that it?
WrestleMania 2, Hogan and Bundy. They wrestled in the cage.
You see, well, I think I started at WrestleMania 3.
Yeah, that was
so I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I wasn't in the business in WWF yet. Mm-hmm. But all those feuds they had, what I loved about, because I work with Bundy also. I worked with Bundy many times in Montreal, and he's he was a great worker, Bundy. Bundy was a great worker for his size. I slammed him in the middle of the ring in Montreal.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and he let me slam him, but he helped himself, I guess. but he was good. And you know, when I was talking last week about Andre the Giant, being honest that he wasn't the greatest worker, a lot of people said that about Hulk too. But I'll tell you what, I work with Hulk. I really enjoyed working with Hulk. And the matches that I saw with Kamala, like I was saying, and Bundy, Hulk sold good. I like the way Hulk, he was getting hurt in the ring, but never getting beaten. He was always getting hurt, but never beaten. So you always had hope in Hulk, you know. And
the more I followed Hogan, the more I realized that, you know, he was limited in the ring in the States, and it was probably good business because similar to Andre, as we talked before, I've watched Hogan's Japan matches, and he's a lot more agile than he was in the States. And so it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting.
I saw that suplex. He suplexed Inoki.
Yeah, Inoki.
Yeah, that's right.
Hogan was a lot more agile, when he was with Fujinami and Inoki, you know what I mean? And so it's interesting how, people is a lot more limited, or people are a lot more limited in the States as far as their wrestling styles. Because I guess for Hogan, it makes sense. Similar to Andre, they're not really supposed to be, high flyers and do a lot of stuff. They kind of play the gimmick. Hogan was the big come from behind. He was a big, he was one of the biggest baby faces. He would come from behind and he would just hawk out,
the underdog. That big leg that I got on my nose. I got on my nose.
He would do that, and if you think about it, it's really smart business when you think about it, because the draw isn't necessarily the flips and the moonsaults. For Hogan, it was coming from behind, getting beat down, getting clubbed in the corner, and all of a sudden, he does the hawk up, he does this, he does the U, and he does the punches, he does the kick, he does the leg.
And that look, when he had enough,
that's right.
But you know what? I was a fan then, I'm a fan today. And and it's amazing. I like the point that you're bringing, because Hogan was very good in adapting his style with who he had to work with. Like you were saying, example, when he came to Montreal and he worked with me, I did a hell of an angle with him in Montreal, and it was amazing. And we were at the airport, and first we started in Atlanta, Georgia. He came and he slapped me so hard on the head. Holy mackerel!
Yeah, he was still Hollywood Hogan at that point.
Yeah. And then when I came back to Montreal, when he came to do the show against me, he got out of the limousine at the airport, and I sneaked a fast one on him and I slapped him, and I broke his tooth actually out of the adrenaline and all that. And
now before that.